As I get ready to prepare for a demonstration to the sales manager, you should focus on the core responsibilities of that individual, which would be essentially how to manage the sales team. We'll talk about quota, forecasting, and reporting, but also access to inventory. So in this demo scene, there are 3 steps. First is to inspect some overdue opportunities, or there are opportunities that we could think about closing before the quarter or year end, gaining access to inventory quantities, and then reviewing open opportunities. In this demonstration, the technology highlights are both Dynamics 365 for Finance, the Business Edition, as well as Power BI. So in the first step, I'll go ahead and inspect those overdue opportunities. And again, you can see there's a tremendous amount of relevant data and details that are delivered right on the home page for the Sales and Relationship Manager. Beyond the tiles and the cues, you'll notice as you scroll down that you've got charts and graphs, a pipeline report, a list of top 5 opportunities, and you also have your Power BI reports that are embedded within the home page. Scroll back up, and again, here I am at the end of the month or the end of the quarter, the end of the fiscal year, and the sales manager is obviously alarmed by the red flag denoted with overdue opportunities. So you click in that tile, and you get a list of all the opportunities that are outstanding. For a sales manager, most likely the first thing I would do is sort on the estimated value. And I see the highest one is $10,000. That's important for me. With that opportunity highlighted, I'll show the opportunity card in the ribbon. And again, I can see some details, the stages, etc. On the right-hand side, some statistics. And I can drill into those statistics even further with the number of interactions. I can see there's 3, the current sales stage, the chance or probability of success. But if I drill into the 3, you'll see now I get a list of all the interactions that have been tagged by the sales rep. I can see the campaign number perhaps it's associated with. Most importantly, I noticed the initial call on June 23rd shows as very positive, but then 2 subsequent interactions were tagged as neutral by the sales rep, which is important for me as a sales manager to think whether or not this opportunity will close at the end of the period. Now, the second step is around access to inventory quantities. In many organizations, when you think about providing this information to team members, it's essential to their success. However, traditionally, those barriers of this type of key information is limited to the business administrators, the accountants, the folks in finance. What Dynamics 365 for Finance and Operations gives us the ability to reduce those barriers and give everybody in the organization the information that they need to perform their job. So you'll notice that I'm logged in and back on the Sales and Relationship Manager page, and you see that I have here items. So I'll click on that items, and now I get a list of all of our items in inventory. And so from here, I can select the Report tab, and there are a number of different reports available for me. Number 1, I'll probably want to click on the inventory statistics and just make sure I understand what it is that we're selling or most often selling. And clearly with this graph, I get a representation of the top 10 items that we're selling in PDF. I'll close out of that. In addition, I want to take a look at sort of the inventory details. And again, as a sales manager or as any leader in the organization, one of the biggest fears any business has is with their inventory and ensuring that that inventory doesn't go stale. So perhaps by providing the sales manager that information, he or she can provide insights and strategy as to what we can do in terms of working with our teams and working with our customers to get rid of that inventory item. And the third step is to provide kind of the ability to review current sales opportunities. So we've seen most of what is available on the role-based homepage, but obviously the integration to the other Microsoft Cloud services, I can toggle from the app switcher in the top left corner, and I'll select on Power BI. And you'll notice there's a seamless integration. I don't log in. I don't have to log in out of one application, log out, log in. I'm able to look at and drill into the details of our data. So for example, I'll drill into the bar chart here and I get kind of a detailed view. I can filter on the top right, or I can even drill down into some of the other reports, such as opportunity details. And now you see in the top left tile here, our card, I've got my opportunities listed, but I want to take a look at the ones that are in progress to see what I can impact before we close out the year. So I'll click on the in progress, and now I can see the detailed reports or opportunities that our team is working on. I'll click on recent to come back and take a look at some of the other rich information that's available to me, one of which is called Quick Insights. And this is a really simple way in which organizations can generate interesting interactive visualizations that are based on their data. And you can see that based on the icon represented by a light bulb. So I click on the insights. And so Power BI quickly searches for different subsets of data while applying a set of extremely sophisticated algorithms to discover, let's say, potentially interesting insights. So Power BI kind of scans all of my data here, and instead of me just staring at charts and graphs and pictures and numbers, it starts to tell me kind of majority or trends in my business or outliers in the bottom right, and I can scroll down again. I see a little bit more information or charts that are surfaced. I'll come back here to the recent, and you'll notice that I also have published an Excel report out to my Power BI dashboard. Here's an example of some of the actuals of our customer ledgers. And so I click on that. And again, data from Excel is linked and is accessible for me as a sales manager. And then I can toggle back again without logging out and logging back in. I can come back into the financial system. So I showed you 3 steps. Again, the goal of that scenario is to show you how kind of the day in the life of a sales manager, but ultimately how that helps to reduce time and kind of learning a new system, giving access to data and information that they need to perform their jobs.